So, hello everybody, welcome back to another video. So, as you know by the title obviously, today's video is going to be fitting the DC Sports 421. This is with the flexi joint on it, as you can see here. So yeah, I picked this up off a dude with a turboed Civic. I actually got it at a really good price, to be fair. It was 150 quid. And these new on Tegwa, I know they're quite expensive, but I think about 480 quid. And I think they're actually 480 quid new pretty much everywhere. The cheapest I've seen on eBay was 260, so yeah, I got a pretty good deal with this, thankfully. And yeah, it looks pretty mint. It doesn't look warped, no cracks. All the molds look still there. The flexi joint looks quite good, doesn't look knackered. It's got an adapter on there, the spacer even. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it so far. But basically, before I jack the car up, we've just got the gasket out with all the nuts. That was the first bit that you want to do if you are. By the way, if you are putting a manifold on and that's why you're watching this video and you want to know how to do it, I will kind of be going over as well. So please do keep watching if that's why you are watching. But this is more of just like an install, video. So the best thing to do is just to have the car down, and I did take the rocker cover off to do this last time, but I left it on because I'd need a new seal, like the rubber gasket that goes on the rocker cover, and I didn't want to do that. So you can pretty much just get, like, you won't be able to see, but you'll be able to just get in there. It's quite hard. It's a 14mm socket and they're all 14. So yeah, basically just crack them all off, take them off, and then just line them all up. Make sure you just know which bolts are which. I've just laid it out here. That's the way that it will go in the car from this angle, just so it's a bit easier when you come to do it after installing it. You know which bolt is which, so it just makes life a little bit easier for yourself, really. That only did take about 10 minutes. Last time it did take quite a while because I just got the car. It's not been done in a while, but yeah, basically I'm just going to show you now why I've actually got this. So not only will it be quite a lot deeper and louder because obviously there's no cat anymore, I'll just show you. So as you know, in my last video I kind of went over explaining the car, and it did have quite a bad problem with the exhaust leak. You won't be able to really see under here. It's quite a lot darker on camera. One sec, let me just get my torch. Okay, so now I've got my torch on me, or my phone even. We'll be able to show you what I'm talking about under here. So as you can see, this is the donut kind of seal joint. It's basically on the downpipe section. This was the bit that I was having the issue with. It basically kept blowing from this area, and I found out it was this area because we took it apart, put a load of new exhaust paste in, and it was fixed, and then it came back. And these donut joints are just really, well, the donut gaskets are just really crap. I mean, generally they just don't line up. I've kind of asked about it, and people are just saying that, it leaves a bit of a gap, which is normal, but they don't really ever line up. So I've had the spring loader bolt on there, and then on the other side the thread actually went to put a bolt through, which is not the best job, but it was just temporary. But now it's come back again, so I'm just fed up. So I'm going to take the manifold out, and the cat, which you can see is back here, which is not unfortunately a genuine cat. It's a Toyo Sports cat, but yeah, it doesn't really bother me, so I'll be able to sell these. And I've pretty much got this like £500 41 for about 50 quid, so I'm pretty pleased with that overall. So we've got the manifold bolts off. So all I'm going to do now is pretty much, as you can see here, just take these bolts off, the 3 bolts at the back of the cat, take the lambda sensor, them 2 off, take them off, and then pull it out, and then we'll put the new one in and get it all bolted up, and I'll show you what the process is with that. So yeah. Okay guys, so now that the sensors are off the car and the 3 bolts at the back, I can actually now take this out. So the only thing holding it on now is the spacer, is the hanger, sorry, the exhaust hanger, the rubber one. So yeah, we'll get that off, get that out, and then I'll show you the comparison between the two. Okay guys, so as you can see, this is the OEM manifold and then the Toyo Cat. next to the other one. So there are the differences, as you can see. It's a lot nicer piping, a bit longer, obviously 421, and flexi joint. Nice thing about this is that I've been having problems with the car. It's been vibrating quite a lot, like a lot. Like I'd be sat in it only in neutral. Say if I was waiting at a set of lights for a junction or something, it'd be idling and shaking like mad. And this was because this bit here, you can actually see where it's been rubbing, was touching the underside of the car, because it's not actually fit that well, because this Toyo Cat is not really a good design for the car at all. But as you can see on this one next to it, it kind of just goes straight where that one goes curved round, so it shouldn't really touch, I'm hoping. We'll find out. It's going to be a pain trying to get this in. May have to remove the what do you call it, the anti-roll bar, sorry, to get this in, but we'll have to see, because this, I just managed to get it out. So if you're trying to get this out, basically this bracket, this crap bracket that you don't really need that attaches, you just bend that all the way back and it'll kind of bodge out. You do need to kind of manoeuvre it really close, but that's what I did to get it out in one piece without splitting it. So let's see if we can get this in. Hello guys, and welcome back. So carrying on from last night, as you know it's sunny now. I've actually got the DC Sports 421 on the car, so I'll just go and show you it now through the engine bay. So basically it was a lot of work because the bolts at the back of the car didn't actually line up right where they connect to the mid pipe, so that was a bit of an issue, so I had to use different size bolts. Getting the gasket back on was fairly easy, so I'll just show you it now. Just get in my car. So all we basically did was take the 4 bolts, well I think it's the 5 bolts off the manifold, so you just release that, and then 3 off the cat, the 2 sensors, you pull it out. Mine just came out with that bracket, like I said, if you bend it, it goes in, but getting this in was a bit of an issue. I'll have to rewind in a minute. But I don't know how well you'll be able to see that. Let me just get my light on it. It's not exactly the shiniest of 421s, but how well get the camera down there. But yeah, there you go. So that's what it looks like down at the bottom. Now you can see that, but yeah, so it does look really nice on the car. So I'm very happy with it, and it's not actually as deep as I thought it'd be. I did think it'd be a lot deeper when I put it on, but yeah, the acceleration, clutch, the pedal response even, accelerated, was actually feel quite nice. I didn't think it would change it at all. You know, people were like, oh yeah, it shouldn't really change it, it's, you know, you're not going to really tell. But I do kind of feel it a bit. I don't know if that's just me thinking that because I've changed it and I just didn't realise before or something. It probably is, but to me it feels slightly better. Does quite rumble a bit more, is just a bit deeper. But yeah, so I'll just kind of quickly go over how I got it out, because that was a bit of a problem. Like I said at the start, the anti-roll bar might have to come out, and it did have to come out. So the studs came off, the nuts came off the studs, sorry, on the front. We took them all out. The 3 bolts at the back that connect it to the mid pipe, they came off, and then the sensors came off, and I just wiggled the standard system out because it just fits out the car. And then to get this one on, because it's a different shape and it's a 421 and it's a bit chunkier, it would literally not fit by like 2mm. So I had to take the anti-roll bar off just at one side, so it was the 2 bolts on the right side, the driver's side, and then the 2 bolts on the passenger side. And then on the driver's side, I took the little rubber section out on the drop link, you know, the little drop link with the bit of rubber on where it connects to the little piece where it drops down from the anti-roll bar and connects on. I took that off, so you just undo the nut and then it will start spinning on the inside between the nut and the bit of rubber. There'll be a little bit in between that spins, so you can't actually get it off. So what you have to do, you basically just have to clamp it like with a pair of grips or something, So I just grip that, and then you undo the nut, and then it'll just release it, and then it pops out, and then you can actually just drop the empty roll bar back a bit, because it won't go up the car, because you've got to obviously have it above the mid pipe, obviously, above the manifold, sorry, for it to, you know, fit in. So you just kind of have to lever it back a bit, just enough that you can get the manifold in. So yeah, and then you just bolt it all back up, you put the sensors on, and yeah, make sure you've got an O2 spacer on the back one. It's the one after the cat, post cat. I've got one on both because for some reason, this is another little tip, the standard sensor on the front does not actually reach the O2 sensor on this. I don't know why it's like that. So the way they've designed it, it's a bit further back, so you will need a longer O2 sensor. So I'm just using 2 spacers at the minute just so it reaches, but you're not meant to do that, you're just meant to have the one at the back. So yeah, from before it was blowing a lot at the downpipe where the connector was just a bit crap, like I said earlier with the donut ring. It was really rubbish, so there's barely a leak. I don't think there's actually a leak. So the manifold, I reused the gasket, which you're not generally meant to do, although you can do it. So I've got a new gasket on the way anyway, so all I'm going to do is just unbolt them, pull the gasket out, put a new gasket in, and tighten it properly, you know, just evenly tighten it. And then, you know, there should be nothing, but literally from before to now, there's like maybe the tiniest of leaks. Sometimes it sounds like a leak, sometimes it doesn't, it just sounds like the engine, so I don't really know, but I'm really pleased with it because I've finally got rid of that problem. Because it was really bugging me, you know, with the noise. It sounded like a fucking tractor, and it just wasn't as loud from the back and everything, but I'm really pleased with it now. So yeah, that is the DC Sports manifold. So if you want to change your manifold on your car, you should kind of know how. Sorry I didn't really film it last night, we were just trying to get it on in a rush before it went dark, so I didn't really have time to film it. But yeah, there you go. So if you want to install a manifold that is a bit bigger, I know as well, especially the Tegura ones, if you're installing the Tegura 421, they definitely do need the anti-roll bar to come out, and I've heard some people say you do need the JDM roll bar, which kind of sits a different angle or something, I don't really know. But yeah, it goes on with the anti-roll bar perfectly. Once it's in there, it does actually fit, and there's quite a lot of gap, so you're not going to have a problem with it touching, because when I was asking on Facebook, some people were saying that it might touch it, and that can be a problem because it vibrates, but it was nowhere near for me. It was probably a good like 2-3 inches off. It was quite a lot of room. So yeah, there you go, that is how to do it, and I would do kind of a video with the audio, but generally I don't think they are that impressive on video. You can't really tell the difference from, you know, it doesn't really sound any different, so I won't be doing that, but it does sound a lot deeper. So anyway, yeah, thank you for watching today's video. If you do want any more content on the Type R, future meets, future videos, car shows, car meets, cinematics, car review videos, please do drop a like, and please do subscribe to the channel because there will be a lot of that happening. I've got a lot planned out for the future videos on this car as well. So yeah, please do drop a subscription. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.